And you know, I think it's so important, especially in these economic times, that we find creative ways to all support each other and come together. I can tell you tonight, you are in for a treat.
When people hear about it and experience it, they want to be part of it.
Green is not making any more of an impact than is already there. You can create a wonderful piece of fashion using used items.
Be the change you want to see.
We're trying to transform a gym into a fashion extravaganza feeling. And I think we're doing a pretty good job here.
It looks like New York. Carbondale looks like New York. What can I say?
Aspen just had their fashion week, and I think ours is going to be a lot more fun.
Well, that's true of everything we do in Carbondale.
It's just such a great format. The fashion show format is a very powerful venue for creativity. When you get out of that box, it's amazing what happens.
I had no idea it was going to be anything like this. I mean, this is a major production. You see the same production in LA, New York, Milan, Italy. I mean, it's nice.
I just think it's awesome that it's happening and that it's being presented in such a stylish way.
Who is benefiting from this fashion show?
KDNK Community Radio. I just don't know what this valley would be without KDNK. And the Carbondale Council on Arts and Humanities, which does so many things, everything from Mountain Fair to First Fridays to art in the schools.
Probably the two most important nonprofits in Carbondale. I really believe that.
Steve, is fashion sustainable?
I'm really glad you asked me that, Hamilton. In a word, I think so. My fashion is.
Is normal fashion sustainable? No.
Fashion would be one of the most sustainable industries.
But I think right now there's a lot of waste going on in the fashion industry. But I think we can change it.
People are starting to get more of an idea of how to be green in different areas.
Is the stuff you buy at Walmart sustainable? No.
I see a move towards vintage clothing. Everybody's shopping in consignment shops lately.
We all shop at the thrift store. That's sustainable.
And I'm amazed at how many people who are in the fashion world are actually creating lines that are sustainable and gorgeous, all at the same time.
What makes your fashion sustainable?
Well, you know, I've been trying to find something to do with my used rafting straps, and now I've turned it into clothing. So I've got a lot of old rafting straps, so I should be able to clothe quite a few people, especially women. That seems to work well.
Well, I'm very excited to see that.
Our fashions, or the designs that we come up with, are green because we only take from thrift store clothing.
But we also do a lot of hemp and American Apparel, which is cotton, and sustainably done in the United States, which is great.
I decided to do a design line, and it's called Stompin' Designs. It's all re-bicycle clothing. Basically, it's all bicycle parts. There's no new materials whatsoever. Lots of tires and sprockets and things. I've made a whole bunch of belts and jewelry to go with each line.
I have a line of lounge pants that are made from recycled sheets and kimonos. I love that I can create some fashion right now that is using all reusable fabrics. They're comfortable, they're fashionable, they're individual, they're unique, they're fun. You can wear them to the beach. When you get up in the morning, you can wear them to bed.
My name is Erica Linsky, and I'm rising to the challenge of creating green fashion. So all my designs were made out of everything recycled. I made pillowcase outfits made out of pillowcases, and then jewelry made out of bottle caps, recycled plastic containers, and magazines.
My name's Celia Johnson, and I'm a designer, and I'm also modeling. I was looking through all the stuff that I have that I could use, and I have this huge bag of like Target bags and City Market bags and all that. And City Market bags aren't that pretty, so I went with Target bags.
I'm Sarah Plessett, and I'm one of the designers. I have 3 outfits in the show. All of the materials that I'm using have been sourced at the thrift store or at yard sales or at the San Francisco flea market. And there's plenty of fabric to be found for free.
As far as the actual materials, we try to use cottons that are organic, the screen printed inks if they are, you know, natural and they can be recycled instead of, a lot of inks are very toxic.
I think the fashion industry right now, as it relies on sweatshops in Southeast Asia, is absolutely not sustainable.
What makes your fashion sustainable?
Most of my fashions are made from secondhand clothing that I got from either the Free Box in Carbondale or from clothing exchanges. I've altered them to make them a new garment. I work on a beef ranch, and every year we have a certain number of calves that die, and they're otherwise left for the coyotes or thrown on a burn pile, and so I took their skins and turned them into fashion.
I need to see that. Show me the dead cow bag.
This is my calf skin and elk skin bag. It's a calf with the fur on, hand-warming muff. This is a skirt that I made from the same elk hide, and the designs here are burned in. It's like a brand.
So this is the burned flesh fashion.
You know, fashion is anything. It's anything you're wearing. It's mirroring who you are, reflecting from the inside out, and I don't think that will ever change.
I think that fashion is perhaps an inherently human trait, and so I think it will be around as long as people are around.
It was sustainable in the beginning of time. It's sustainable now for sure.
We've come a long way since the loincloth, and I don't imagine that we're, you know, going back to it, but I suspect that we're going to move on and continue to clothe ourselves sensibly.
I think that people are slowly morphing more and more into green because that's what people started wanting, and that's like the new thing. It's like going green, so.
I think that basically what this show does is takes a lot of materials that people don't necessarily always think of using for fashion, and it gave a venue for people to create out of that.
You can recycle materials over and over, and you can take them down to their true form and rebuild them again. So I think a lot of fashion will always be recyclable and you know, sustainable. It all depends on how we treat it, though.
The amazing array of people that have come together, these great energies and great ideas. And that, I think, is a true reflection of Carbondale. Huh?
I just think that it's great that we live in a town like this that wants to do these type of things and bring out the awareness of people's creativity, as well as the fact that, you know, if whatever we can recycle and be creative with, it's a great thing. So.
It's just fun to like be a part of the Carbondale community, and it warms my heart.
We're here for creativity, for our community, for the future of our sustainable world. 1, 2, 3. Hey.
I'm really excited to be back in Carbondale for exactly reasons like this. I mean, it's such a great community, and there's so much thought, there's so much forward motion.
You got to be careful what you say because people might keep moving here.
What I meant by that is it's really cliquish and nobody's nice to you.
I love the way it's coming together. I think it's an incredible sign of our community, and it's vivacious desire to make the world the way they want it to be.
In order to do something like this, a lot of our green businesses in the community came together to help sponsor it. And I just think that's really cool because it goes way beyond the fashion. It goes to the whole community. And if we want to be green and we want to be sustainable, we all got to put our money where our mouth is.
Everybody goes, Amy? Yeah! Amy!
It's always nice to involve the entire community because this is such a small town. If the community doesn't get involved, then there's practically no show.
We love Green is the New Black because Carbondale is such a green town.
Everybody goes, Rose! Yeah! Rose!
Well, I think when the combination of different personalities and people and ages, I mean, we have models 72 years of age, 60 years of age, 50, 40, all the way down to 12 years of age. In the beginning, I don't think people understood what we were going for or what this was going to be. And then as more and more people have experienced it and the word has gotten out, it just keeps growing. And then you add the music and the lights and all the creativity, and it's fun. And I'll tell you what, walking down the runway, there's nothing like it. Come on, you gotta admit, it's fun.
I know that it brings out that inner sexiness in everybody.